Actually, it's my other phone, to make sure that we are going. And I can't see any. Oh, here we go. Yes, we are there. Fantastic. So, and can you hear that? There you can hear that double feedback. Oh, anyway, welcome. And Tuesday night at 7, and what a glorious day. It's been absolutely amazing. We have had the best weather, and we have been sitting out by the pool. We had a barbecue by the pool. It just really feels like summer is coming, which is fantastic. So tonight I want to share a set with you that I used to use quite a bit actually when it first came out, and it has been a little bit neglected. So I thought I would bring it out again and have a little play with it, and I'll show you some of the cards that I had made in the past. And I also wanted to share with you some really basic masking techniques that come in really. Hi Shani, welcome. I'm just testing out a new system here, and it seems to be, I've just making sure that I've got everything going, and I'm looking at two different places, so I apologize for that. But let's flick over to the desk, or move over to the desk, and we will that's gone now. I froze. Am I still there for you, Shani? Let me know if you can still see me. I'm frozen on this one, but that could be just that. Let me know that you can still see me. That would be fantastic. Okay, so this is the stamp set I'm talking about. I don't know if anyone remembered when this came out. It was maybe 2-3 years ago. Absolutely gorgeous. And good. And it was originally brought out, there was a percentage of each stamp set sold. It went to depression, what do you call it, sort of, not communities, people fundraising and looking after people that are depressed and that sort of thing. Each country had their own nominated charity. That's the word, charity. So it was a fantastic stamp for that, and I did, as I say, use it quite a bit. And I wanted to use the deer tonight. I wanted to do a fun little card with the deer. So let's grab we're going to do a square card tonight, and I'm going to have just a square white base. It's 4.5 by 9 inches, and we are also using crumb cake. So let me just get the piece that we're going to be working with. I think this one here. Okay. Now I have done a couple of prep things already. So I have already stamped onto my piece of Post-it note. Now this Post-it note has full coverage. You can just get them in your local Whitcoulls or any kind of stationery store that you have, and it's just a Post-it note, but it's super sticky and it's all over, not just the strip, which makes it fantastic for this sort of work on your card, because you'll see why in a moment. Now, one major tip that I'd like to say is that when you stamp it on there to then cut it out, always make sure that you cut on or just inside the line of the stamped image. And the reason for this is when you stamp on top, you do get like a white halo, and that can be quite annoying if you're creating something and you want the colour buttered up right up to the image that you've stamped. So just cut it inside or on the lines when you're cutting it out. Okay, so let's start off. We're going to stamp our image. I'm going to do it in crumb cake. Here we go, and I'm just going to put it about there. Okay, now I have already cut the circle out of a similar size, just a bit smaller, just used a circle from the nested circle dies. Something just dropped there. Hope it's not something I need in a minute. and I've just used this size here just to cut. So you just cut that out of the middle and you're going to place it on top as I will show you. So this is sticky tape that is not going to grab onto your paper and rip it either when you go to use it. So let's put this on first. Okay, just making sure you're inside the lines. Line up his legs. And his hooves. There we go. Move over a little bit. Just a little bit fiddly, but that's all right. Okay, now we're going to pop this on. Hi, Helen, how are you? Sorry, I just saw your message. You just switched on. Well, here I am. But you're always switched on, aren't you, Helen? I haven't long started, I must admit. Okay, just going to now place this over top, and we are going to tape that down. Okay, because we don't want that to move. Now I'm going to use Balmy Blue, and once again I'm just going to grab a bit of scrap paper, or a bit of grid paper actually. There we go. Put that on there. Always like to, oops. Should have done that first. Okay, so always inking up in one direction. Most of the time. All of the time, of course. Okay, so just circular motions. Make sure that's down quite firmly. And we are going to just fill that in. Just slowly build up the colour to where you want it. And make sure that you get in there. I love blending, and we're going to be using the Stampin Blends, and I love using them as well. They are fantastic to colour with. So even though I've used crumb cake, that ink is still perfect for using with your blends because it's water-based, and you can use it without worrying about the colour blending into the ink. It's only really stays on that you can't use your Stampin Blends with, because there is alcohol with alcohol. So sounds good though, doesn't it? Alcohol with alcohol. There we go. Now you may think it hasn't really done much, but when you actually take this off, you'll see that it'll be quite a marked area that we've done. Okay. So we'll take that one off first. Look at that, isn't that just a gorgeous blue circle at the back? And key flare peel this. Always keep these actually. They can be reused for a few times before the sticky runs out. So always pop them back in your stamp kit there and keep that for next time. Okay, gorgeous. So let's give them a little bit of colour, and I'll do his little ears first. Just a little bit of pink in there. So this deer, as you can see, is fantastic because it has a lot of shading already as part of the stem, which I find absolutely fantastic. It really gives you a great indication of where to colour. So I'm going to do just a little bit of light. Now, I think I've probably said before when I've done this, is that there are different ways that you can use your blends. Some people cover it with white light colours, and then they build up. I often, not on this occasion because I'm just doing the light areas, but I often quite like to do my dark and then blend out from that. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit darker. Now I'll go the darkest that I want to use. I'm just going to go under here and really highlight what would be quite a dark areas. As I say, they've already indicated really well on the stamp where they would be. It's such a quick and easy way to add amazing colour. So they come in pairs, a light and a dark. So when you get them, they come, as I say, in light and dark. But to find them, you actually, when you are looking at the colour options of all our families of colours in the catalogue, you'll see the list go down with cardstock, ink pads, that sort of thing. And you will find these towards the bottom, and not all of the colours that we have do have these blends as an option. Okay. And then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the dark. This is crumb cake. So that was light soft suede, and this is crumb cake. The great thing about this too, I won't do it now, but you can let it dry a little bit and then come back in and add a bit more shading, a bit more depth of colour. And just build up slowly. Such a cute deer. Okay. And I'm just going to go back over with the light crumb cake just to blend it all in a bit. And I'm using the pointy end, but you can, if your nib on your paintbrush end is still in good shape, then you can use that end as well. If you just use the tip, it actually, you can see mine's a bit, now I am doing this in strokes actually, so I don't know if I should have said before, because obviously his fur or her fur would be in that sort of pattern. So there we go. That's probably going to do for now. A cute deer. Right, and we're going to add some snowflakes. So I'm going to use Balmy Blue. Now I did grab a couple of snowflakes from the Penguin Place stamp set, and the sentiment as well, which is going to be cool, be chill, be merry. I wanted this card to be quite fun. So I will show you what we are going to do with that. And this is also from the, I think that's from the, I meant to get the stamp out, sorry, it is from, I'll think of it in a minute and I will tell you. But I've just got two different sizes of this to stamp some snowflakes. Of course, here in New Zealand, we don't get snow at Christmas. So, but it's still quite nice, isn't it? It's still very representative of Christmas. Snow and that sort of thing. And I'll just do one there. Right. Now the next thing, I wanted a pop of red because we are going to make this guy into a Rudolph, just for a little bit of fun. So I thought these are the wonderful gems. They're just called wonderful gems, and they're in sort of gold and clear and this cute red colour. So let's see, what size would be good? Probably that size there, I think. And look at that, it's so shimmery. I don't know if you can see that. It really shines and glitters like Rudolph's special nose. And I have already, now I had the white twine, and when I coloured it with the red Poppy Parade Stampin Blend. Now when you colour with these, you can colour on the white. That's one of the great things about these also. You can colour pearls and twine and that sort of thing. So I coloured this, it dried, just give it a couple of minutes to dry, it doesn't take long. And then I thought, oh gosh, it's a little bit thick for what I want. So never hesitate to actually pull apart the twine layers till you get exactly what you want, the thickness of what you want. Okay, so I just wanted a very thin one because this is going to be his little bow. So I will get a glue dot. Let's get rid of that messy bit of paper there. And I'll just halve that so that it's not too big. There we go. And pop that on. So cute. Okay, let's trim that a little bit. All ready to go to hook up and deliver all those Christmas presents. And the other thing I did, as I said, I used that sentiment from the Penguin Place, be cool, be chill, be merry, with a pop of, oh, thank you, Shani, with a pop of red. Now, I've used this gorgeous ribbon here, which is in real red, and it's mini ruffled ribbon. And if you just tape it underneath like this, you get a lovely ruffle on the bottom, which really just adds a lovely bit of extra. And I'm just going to find my mini dots, my mini dimensionals, I should say. Hope you can hear me all right. My microphone that I normally use has given up the ghost. It was humming, making a terrible sound in the background. Not nice humming, not melodic humming. So I'm just using the microphone from the laptop. So as I move my head around, I hope it's not sort of going in and out of sound. I'm trying to make sure my voice is nice and clear. Oops. Okay. Yes, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Really, so you can just do so much with it. Great for tying presents or tags. Sorry, this is a bit fiddly getting these ones off. Sound is great. Oh, thank you, Helen. Thank you. Okay. Might have that just coming off just a little bit. And right, let's put the rest of the card together. So I am going to rough up the edges. And just a little bit, just to give it a bit more texture. Of course, this is if it's not something that you like to do, then there is absolutely no requirement for the card. It's just something that I often like to add, especially when I've got cards that don't have that many layers. Just doing this adds just that little bit more. Oops. Oh, well, it sounds great. I shouldn't have gone and bought another microphone. I probably could have done without it. Never mind. Right. That's for the inside. So as you can see, a little tip there too, the Stampin Blends go right through your card. So never colour on something if it's going to be visible. Always make it on a top mat or something like that. And be careful if you're doing it on an envelope that it doesn't go through. What you can do with that is actually stick a piece of scrap paper in between, in the envelope, and sort of like this, stick it in underneath and then do your colouring and then take it out, and it's not going to go all the way through. Okay. Well placed glue. Okay. And then, oh, I better do the inside first. I'm just going to add some more of these snowflakes. So this was from Sparkle of the Season. I knew if I didn't try and think about it. Oh, very professional. I know it's this whole new setup I've got. Just christening it today, actually. It is so easy. Honestly, it is just amazingly easy. So, yes, very exciting. You just turn it on. Yeah, it used to take ages. I used to have to start 10 minutes beforehand to get everything all hooked up and ready to go. So, yeah, it is very, very good. We all like things if they're easy. That's for sure. I do. So far I've been very pleased with it. As long as the sound is good and the picture is good, is it? The picture's good, clear. Okay, now the last thing, these are the holiday gems. Would I add a couple of these? I will have to share more detail, Helen. Okay, so I'm going to add maybe, I love these. These come in these colours. There's the holiday gems, as I say, and this is, I think this is Night of Navy, Pool Party, Just Jade. Can't remember what that one is. I'd probably be lying if I guessed. Okay, so let me do a red one. Just getting this. I just love this. I love crumb cake with a pop of, or now. Well, it actually, if you've got a Mac, I don't know if it works. I've got a Mac and it's a system called Ecom. And I'm actually using my phone, which is up in a thing above me. I'll take the phone off when I finish and show you. But it's actually, honestly, it's just made life so. Pumpkin pie. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so it's called Ecom, the program, and I just do it through Restream, which I've got, and honestly, it really does. It's so simple. So, highly recommend it. And let's do one up here. Did you look that up, Helen, or did you know? You're going to super impress me. That you knew that. Okay, so this is Rudolf Be cool, be chill, be merry. Just super cute. Just love him. All ready to go. And just a couple of cards that I have made, that I did make. You knew, of course. Oh, of course you did. That I have made previously with this. Well, I made this one recently, actually. This is just using the Heartfelt Wishes stamp and coloured him in. I gave him more detail with the Stampin Blends. And this is just using the trees from the Whimsical suite and putting some of the sparkly embossing paste on there, like snow. And I've added some to the tree on this DSP as well. So that's just, and it sort of gives that, because I've got that glued on top, that on dimensionals and that on 2 dimensionals. It really does give that. Oh, thank you, Sally. Not once. Coastal Cabana. Oh, it's Coastal Cabana. It doesn't look like that. Shaded Spruce, Cherry, Copper and Navy. No, they don't look anything like that, do they? So this was using the masking technique, a bit more complicated, with the trees in the background and whatnot. This is from, I think it's in the Pines, might have been in the Pines or another tree set, but it's not available at the anymore. But just created that using the deer as well. And then also in the set, which I really like, is this little bunny. So cute. And a wee while ago I made this Easter card with this and gave him a little bit of a fluffy tail with a cotton ball. And yeah, really, really love how that turned out. So they are super versatile. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. And yes, that's, I don't know if anyone's got this set still. I'm not sure. It's in the annual catalogue and still available at the moment, but it doesn't have any sentiments, but you can use any set with it, obviously, to add to it. So it can be anything really, Christmas or just a scene that you create the card for rather than Christmas. So thank you so much for joining me. You looked at, I'm not that amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm so pleased that everything worked okay. And yeah, take care, everyone. And I will see you next week. Bye.